So I wanted to talk about some thoughts I had for the upcoming Stormgate game and some ideas that I think frostgiant should implement that would be, in my opinion, helpful. Actually, before we get started on this, I talked to Blizzard about this idea maybe 2012. I gave them this idea, and they didn't follow through with it. Granted, that was Blizzard at a different time. Blizzard, obviously, a huge company. There's all this stuff going on. So, yeah, anyways, they didn't follow through with it. But what I want to do is I want to put this idea out. I hope frostgiant uses it. If not, I want to just put this into the ecosystem so somebody uses it, because I think it's a great idea. And I feel, chat, and I feel like if they don't use it, I hope some other company does. So, frostgiant is making Stormgate as a free-to-play game, which means we don't have to pay $60 to get it. I think that's a great idea because you're just more likely to get more people that will at least try the game out and won't have the reservations of spending money. But that also means that they need to make the game profitable, so they need to have some in-game transactions. They need to have some incentive for people to spend money inside the game in order to make it profitable for them so they can go on supporting the game and making possibly other games in the future. And they've already mentioned they don't want to put any things in the game that you'd have to pay for in order to win, which I think is good. I'm not even really worried about them doing that, to be honest, for the people that I know that work there. My idea for Stormgate would be to give pro gamers the ability to sell replays to users. By the way, this is already kind of happening with StarCraft. You can actually pay pro gamers to give you replay packs. Honestly, using a replay, it's a better tool to study from than a VOD of a tournament match or even a first-person stream that you can watch, because you can go inside the replay, you can slow it down, you can see exactly the order in which they make stuff. And so I think this should be a thing that pro gamers could opt into, because obviously if you're like playing in a GSL finals, you don't want your ladder games to be downloaded, right? But chat says pros can be pretty reluctant to give out replays in this day and age. That is true, and that's why I think it should be an opt-in program. Like, here's the thing. If I was a student of StarCraft 2 Protoss right now, I'd pay good money for Heroes replays of GSL. Okay? It's way more valuable to me as a student of the game than it is for me to, like, try to pick through the VOD and follow exactly what he did. So I'm hoping that they can make some kind of a replay marketplace. I think you'd have to be over a certain skill threshold or maybe ladder MMR. Chad says, if I were trying to improve and learn, you'd be all over this idiot. Well, this is what I'm hoping they do, because another thing to keep in mind, guys, is like the income for pro gamers, the disparity is insane. It's the biggest disparity in the entire industry for anything esports related. There are pro gamers that have made millions of dollars. There are some that are barely getting by month to month, you know, supplementing a lot of their pro gaming income with streaming, stuff like that. So I want to put this idea out there because, first of all, I think there's a demand for it. I don't know how much money they'd make, but I think it's worth putting out. Second, there's all these people that are going to want to learn when the game comes out, and so this is a good way to build an ecosystem where people can pay. I don't think it should be that expensive for replay, right? Maybe even like under $1 or something. I don't know. They could figure that out. But basically, a system where inside the game there'd be a marketplace for replays. People could rate them or upvote them or some kind of system like that. Because also, when new people come to RTS, the hardest part about getting people to stay in RTS is that the game is hard, right? And it's also intimidating. It's hard to learn. So I think this would be another great incentive for, the company to monetize this part of the game. Pro gamers or top-level players or people that make interesting games, I guess, they would be able to make money with that as well. You don't want to make it so that people have to sell their replays, or people can get access to pros replays if they don't have permission, right? Because that's what makes like GSL and ASL exciting, is that they've cooked up these crazy strategies, and then we get to see in real time it play out. Seems kind of niche. Well, yeah, it would be niche. I mean, I never said they're gonna pay for the whole game with this, but again, I mean, look, this stream is niche, guys, right? This is a very specific stream. I'm streaming a 25-year-old game, but there is a demand for it. People sub to this channel. People support the channel. And there's going to be a group of people that are going to be diehard students of the game, and this is a good way to support them. And that's basically it, guys. That was my idea. I'm going to be making these videos from time to time, giving my thoughts on what they can do to make Stormgate a better game. I do talk to people at Stormgate, but I also want to put these ideas out on the internet so that everybody can hear them, and maybe this can trigger someone else to have a good idea off of this, maybe. And also, if you are watching this video on YouTube, please subscribe, follow the channel, give a comment. Let me know what you think about this. I am curious. We are going to have a lot more StarCraft on this channel, but when Stormgate comes out, we are most likely going to be switching teams and going full-time into that. So we're going to have a lot of updates for you guys there. Thank you for watching.